Hi and welcome to Question of the Week, where I delve into some of your questions and queries about carp fishing in a little bit more detail than I do on my live video blogs.
Are you listening? Damn.
If you like these videos and you like my channel, then you may want to think about subscribing. If you're already a subscriber, then don't forget to hit the bell icon and you'll never miss another video. So what's the question of the week? Comes from Steve Surrey. Thanks Steve for sending in a great question. I'm going to be fishing a very weedy water and haven't fished one before with this amount. Do you look for clear spots or would you fish amongst it? I'm guessing choddies for on top of light weed, but what rig would you recommend for the heavy stuff? Brilliant question Steve, and thanks for sending it in. Right, what I tend to do is, if I'm fishing a very weedy water, there's three things I do. First thing I do is I'll watch the wildlife, just to see where the ducks are diving, where the grebes are moving around, because generally it means there's no weed there. Always look to see what the wildlife, how it acts. Also, where the weed is. If you can see any gaps in the weed, in your swim, it's always a good starting point. Second thing I do is I'll get a nice little light lead, about an ounce, maybe 2 ounces if I'm fishing out a little bit further. I put that on my lead clip. I don't put a rig on, and I'll just cast around to any likely looking areas until I feel a drop. By feeling a drop, I mean the lead will go through the water and I feel it go bang on the bottom, or it'll land on the bottom. What I do is then I'll just drag it back a bit, and if it's free, I'll clip it up. Then what I do is I'll tie a rig on, an old rig that I keep in there for this type of thing, cast it out on the clip, feel for the drop. If I get a nice drop again, I'll just pull it back lightly, and if it's clear, then that's the spot I'm going to fish. It may take me an hour to find that spot. It may take me 3 hours to find 3 spots to fish, but then I'll fish a pop-up rig. I've always seen we've done well on weedy waters with a pop-up rig like the multi-rig. I'll put a little link up there on how to tie the multi-rig. In regard to chod rigs, yes, you can fish those if you've got a light covering the weed all over the place. Fish a nice chod, feel for that drop again so you get a drop, so the pop-up slowly drifts down on the tight line on the top of that light weed. For the really heavy stuff, which I tend not to fish, I always put in the effort to find those clear spots, to find those little areas either of light weed or no weed at all, and I take the time to fish on top of those with an effective rig. Well, I hope you enjoyed that question of the week, and don't forget, if you like these videos, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon, and you'll never miss another video again. I'll see you for the next question of the week.